What's going on, guys? Alex Hurley at 14EDC, and today I have a quick unboxing to do for you guys. This package is coming in from Mr. Everyday City Carry himself, Ray. I will leave a tag or a link to his channel down below. I'm sure you guys are very familiar with Ray. Doesn't really need an introduction, but regardless, if you haven't heard of him, link down below. Please go check him out. This is part of the Lefty passaround group, and I believe this is kind of a random grouping of knives. I think there is, I want to say maybe a Besttech in here. I believe there's a Ned Foss knife, I think, which is a new brand that I've never heard of before. And I can't remember the third one, but I believe there are 3 knives in here. So we're going to get this unboxed and checked out. The unboxing knife today is my custom fixed blade from Mill Run Knife Company. This was made by Trevor. I was still in school, so I mean, this has been, I think he made this for me. It's probably been 3-4 years since I've had this in the collection, and it's the only fixed blade that's stuck around. Mill Run is from Meadville, Pennsylvania, which, I've done videos on this before, but that's basically like 20 minutes from where I grew up. And he did a fantastic job on this. It's so comfortable in hand. He did, I think, black linen micarta with the red G10 inlays, or I don't know. I'm blanking on the word of what you would call those, but just a beautiful knife. So that is the unboxing knife for today. We're going to get right into it. And yeah, it turned out to be kind of a busy week. I'm unboxing this on Thursday. You guys are going to see this on Thursday. I did get a few reviews out to you guys, but I did not get the entire, slew of videos done that I needed to. So I do apologize about that. But I will be able to do those. I'm probably going to be able to get maybe one done for Friday, but I have a busy weekend coming up, so some of those videos might get pushed until next week, but that's just the way it is. You guys know kind of the ebb and flow of my channel. You guys know what to expect pretty much. And sometimes if I'm being brutally honest with you guys, sometimes I just don't feel like sitting down and filming. I just go through weird stages where, and I'm sure other people that do, content like this can maybe agree with me, maybe not agree with me. It's probably a little bit different because I'm not making any money off of it. It's not like, I'm doing this as more of a hobby. But sometimes I just don't feel like sitting down and filming like 4 reviews in a row. Like I probably should. Like I really want to get to be, become where I'm doing videos like Sunday, Monday for the whole week and get them spaced out. That way I don't have to worry about doing them. But life has just been kind of busy recently. And like I said, I have a busy weekend coming up. Stupid boxes. So I don't know if I'm going to get any more videos out to you guys this week, but next week I have at least 4 videos. I need to do reviews to get them sent back out. But that's a topic for another day. So let's see what we got in here. Some packaging stuff. Yes, okay, so a Ned Foss, a Besttech, and a Kooby. So I'm going to go with the Kooby first because I forget what the Kooby is. This is the KU181C. It's 14C28N, and Ultim. The Cetos, that's what it's called. This should fold. So we got a box. We got the Ned Foss box, and then we have the Besttech box. So we'll set this off to the side here. So we'll go with the Kooby first. Yes, okay, so now I remember looking at this knife. And this is definitely not a knife that I would, ever go out of my way to check out. Or buy for myself, I should say, because obviously I am checking it out in this package. But here is the Cetos. You guys can see it has some Ultim amber scales. You guys can see through there. It has really nice kind of radial milling, which I have really grown to love radial milling on different knives. And this feels really good. It has a nice texture to it. Has a flipper tab up top there. Has thumb studs for deployment. Has a loop over style deep carry clip that is sunk down into the scale with countersunk screws. Not lefty reversible, just righty. Obviously has the Kooby logo right there. I don't know if you can front flip this. I don't think you can. Ooh, wow. The detent is stout on this thing. I mean, yeah, that's stout. Comes out. Very interesting blade shape. This is a Muzi design. I'm not familiar with him at all, but there it says that, and then 14C2010 up right along here along the scale. If my phone will focus. Then over here, Kooby. Very, very comfortable. I mean, it's definitely a wild looking knife in my opinion. You have kind of a harpoon style blade, but it comes out here to this very pointy tip, but a nice ramp with plenty of jimping right there. But you guys can see plenty of finger grooves built in here with some jimping on the liner lock. Very, very comfortable, and you can of course choke up here. We'll try the action. Good action. Yeah, this thing is really snappy. But like I said, definitely this is probably the least of the three, my least favorite of the three that I just got in. But it's definitely cool. I can appreciate it for what it is. But my gosh, the detent on this is rock solid. And I think this probably goes for 50, 60 bucks if I had to guess. That's kind of what Kooby's budget line goes for. So it's going to be a good value. But that thing is just flying out of there. And then with a flipper tab, it's just, I mean, you can, try to not fire it out the whole way, and it will. But I mean, if you just pull it out of your pocket and bang it open, it's gonna work fine. So this will be an interesting full review whenever I get around to it. But that is the Cetos. Next up, we're gonna go with the Besttech, and this is the Manta Day. That's what it's called. 14C2010 satin and stonewash, and I think this has like one of those. What are they called? Not a hawkbill, kind of a hawkbill style blade. But I was interested in checking this out. I've heard some good, interesting things about this. Here it is. You guys can see the black G10 right there has some milling lines in it, has some scalloping going around. Obviously, dual thumb studs. You have a non-reversible. I don't know why we don't have any reversible stuff going on here, but a non-reversible wire deep carry clip. So I love the wire clip. Has a black backspacer. Flies right out. And yeah, I guess this would be kind of a hawkbill. This is a Lucas design. Not familiar with Lucas in the slightest, but 14C2010 again on this blade. And yeah, I mean, it kind of reminds me of like a Velociraptor talon, like on their feet. It's definitely gives me those vibes, but again, not a knife that I would ever, go out of my way to buy. So that is the, perk of being able to check out stuff like this from the passaround. Good solid action, good detent. I don't know if this is more of maybe a self-defense knife, but it's obviously in a nice, small, slim EDC package. But, good action. Very, very good detent. Of course, it's a liner lock. The liners are kind of shadow box, kind of proud. You can definitely see them. They're not nested by any means. And I'm not sure what this goes for. If I had to guess, probably 60, 70 bucks in that range. But great action, great thumb stud deployment. Just a very interesting blade shape. And I don't know, I mean, this thing would be great for like a pinch grip. This thing would work fantastic in that. But I just don't know, me personally, like the use that I would have for such a funky looking blade. Besides, obviously, I mean, if you're going to be, self-defensing this knife, this would be good because you got plenty of slicing power, I guess you could say. But yeah, another interesting full review be coming on this. So off to, some interesting knives so far. You got the Kooby Cetos and you got the Besttech Manta Day. And then last but certainly not least, we have a Ned Foss knife, which I am not familiar with before I saw this being tossed in the pass around by Kevin. You got Ned Foss More Than Sharp. This is the Ned Foss Cougar pocket knife. New, made in China. That's all I have right here. A bunch of random stuff right here. Oh, here's the other. Warning, hand injure, caution, risk of asphyxiation, keep out of reach of children, and recyclable packaging. So, yeah, should be interesting. I think this is a button lock, if I remember correctly. And I want to say it might be in 14C28 again. Comes in a nice carbon, kind of faux carbon fiber zipper pouch, which is nice. Ned Foss. Comes with another little kind of drawstring pouch and a little Allen key, which is cool, which I'm sure is probably T8, T6, something like that. Looks like T6. Put this away real quick. Put this back in the box. And here is the Ned Foss Cougar. So like I said, I did remember it was a button lock. It's a titanium. Has a little bit of heft to it, a little bit of weight to it. A titanium frame knife. There is the Ned Foss logo. Has a lanyard hole back there. Some standoffs. Has, again, a non-reversible milled titanium pocket clip that looks like it goes pretty deep into the pocket, which is nice to see. Has a hole for deployment. Checking out the detent. Thumb flick is not bad. A little bit of, a decent amount of blade play. No lock rock, but there's definitely a little bit of blade play. And yeah, I was right. Again, it is 14C28N. It's a very interesting place to put the blade steel. I would have, tried to tuck it away up here in the corner like most knives do. Pretty comfortable right off the rip. Of course, you have some jimping right up top there. You have some nice scalloping and finger grooves going on down here for your hand. Choked back is nice, and of course, you can use this choil to choke up if you're going to be doing, more precise cutting. Great action, but of course, that blade is a little bit loose, so you're going to get, you're going to get a little bit of that better action, but it is a button lock, so you guys can pretty much come to expect what I expect. Flies right out. A little bit of button stick. Not loving the hole and the handle, because obviously you guys can see the handle is kind of taken into where, as long as you put your middle finger kind of up into this upper corner and just shove it up in there, it'll be fine. I mean, it fires out fine. A little bit of blade, or a little bit of lock stick, like I said. And I've come to kind of, not necessarily, depends on the button lock. Some button locks that have it, you get kind of like that tactile feedback, and I'm okay with it. This, I'm kind of in the middle. I haven't figured out if I like it or not. There is internal milling on both sides, big pockets milled out, but it still has a good weight to it. It's a good weight, but it's on like the heavier side of a good weight. I feel like if it was any heavier, it would be too heavy, if that makes any sense. But it's a good looking knife, kind of a very simple, you kind of have a, I'd call this almost like, not a clip point, but I don't know. I see like 4 different blade shapes, so I will have to check the stats on the website to see what they are technically calling it. But it's not a drop point, it's not a spear point. It's kind of a mixture of those two, and I would say a Bowie or a clip point. But action is all right on it so far. Very loud, very, again, tactile feedback on the button stick, but we'll see if I grow to like that or not. But that is the Ned Foss Cougar. And yeah, so just checked out, or just unboxed the Ned Foss Cougar, the Besttech Manta, and the Kooby Cetos. As always, huge shout out to Kevin over at Lefty EDC for allowing us to check out stuff, keep stuff coming across the table. And I know I, myself, and a bunch of other smaller creators in, the pass around definitely appreciate it. And yeah, but I'm gonna wrap this up now. So thank you guys again so much for watching. I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you guys. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your morning, evening, day, night, whenever you're watching this. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.